Hello everyone and welcome to SimpliCode's YouTube channel. Kaushal this side and I hope you guys are doing well. Today we'll be taking you through HTML charsets. Whenever we work on any programming language, we should know how that language actually works. So in this video, we'll see how HTML actually coordinates with the browser to display the content on the web page. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates on programming videos. So without any further delay, let's get started. In the previous video, we saw the usage of emojis and symbols in HTML. We know that HTML entities are required to make any emoji visible on the browser. There are some specific symbols and emojis that we can't use directly from the keyboard, right? So how does the browser understand our intentions to add a specific emoji on the web page? A charset or character set is a bunch of codes supported by HTML. Any character we use in HTML, irrespective of what it is, it can be an alphabet, any special symbol, or it can be any numeric value as well. Each has a specific code so that the browser can interpret it and show us the output accordingly. Initially, when HTML was introduced, ASCII was the first character set used with HTML. What is ASCII? So, ASCII is written as ASCII. It is in standard. Fine. ASCII provides 128 different alphanumeric characters that could be used on the internet. It provides us with number from 0 to 9. It provides us with English alphabets from A to Z. And some special characters like dollar, we have at the rate, we have brackets, we have curly brackets, and many more. Fine. The main problem with ASCII encoding was it contains a limited range of characters. It contains mainly 128 characters. Then ANSI also came into existence. It stands for American National Standard Institute. So ANSI stands for, we'll write it here, American National Standard Institute. Fine. It is also a character set standard, an extended version of the standard ASCII character set. It supports 256 characters. So ANSI, also called as Windows 1252, was the default character set for Windows up to Windows 95. So we are taking you in the past where we had ANSI character set for Windows 95. Fine. But the world changed with time and the need to add more characters also increased. That's when the ISO 88591 came into existence. So we'll also mention it here. We'll mention it ISO 88591. It is also a character set. So this was the default HTML encoding for HTML 2.0 and ahead versions like HTML 4.0 as well. It was also an extension of the ASCII standard with international characters. It also used full bytes to show characters. Fine. The last update on character encoding which came into existence is the UTF-8. We are using UTF-8 as of now. So the current version is also UTF-8. It covers almost all the characters and symbols in the world. So HTML4 also supported UTF-8. So the default character encoding for HTML5 is UTF-8. Fine. Now the question is why we are using them and how to use them. So let me take you through a simple example first. Whenever we create an HTML document, the first thing to keep in mind is the char set which we have to provide. Fine. The meta tag specifies the character set of this particular document we will use. The browser will then understand and interpret the data accordingly. If you are using VS Code and HTML 5.2, then this UTF-8 over here is the default char set for your HTML document. Otherwise, we need to mention it manually for other versions or for other editors. Like if you're using Notepad, so you need to mention it. Fine, you need to mention it like here. We need to write meta charset as UTF-8. This is also the default charset for HTML 5.0. So if you are using HTML 5.0 with Notepad, then there will be no issue with that. Now, let's move ahead and we'll print some characters, numbers, and symbols here on the browser. We'll use HTML entities for it. So let's add them. We'll remove this for now and we'll add some characters over here. Fine. So we are going to use the paragraph tag. We'll style it a bit. We'll write your font size as 50 pixels, let's say. Fine. So inside the paragraph tag, we'll put some numeric value for first. So we'll write here this. So the numeric values in UTF-8 or any of the encoding languages, it starts with 48. So we'll write over here ampersand, then we have to put hash, then we have to write here 48. Fine. Save it now. And here you can see we have 0 present on the browser. Let's print some more numeric values over here first. So we'll paste it 4 to 5 times and we'll print some more numeric values. So 49 is for 1. Then we have 50 for 2, 52 for 3, and similarly 53 and 54. Save it now, and here you can see we have 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 because we forgot to mention 51 over here. So let's mention it. So we'll write over here ampersand hash 51. Fine. Save it now. Now you can see we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Similarly, we have 55, 56 and 57 as well for 7, 8 and 9. Fine. Next up, what we'll do is we'll print some alphabets. Fine. So we'll start with capital letters, or we can say uppercase alphabets. So we'll write over here this. Now we'll take another paragraph tag over here. So we'll write here style. Then we are going to use the font size property. Font size is again going to be 50 pixels. Fine. Now we'll write over here ampersand. For uppercase alphabets, we have the character values starts from 65. Fine. So let's write over here ampersand hash 65. So this is basically an entity in HTML. So we'll save it here, and here you can see we have capital A, or we can say A in uppercase. So we'll print some more characters over here like this, and we'll change the values here. 66 is for B, 67 is for C, then we have 68, 69, 70 and 71. Fine. Save it now, and here you can see it says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So these all are uppercase alphabets, English alphabets basically. Now we'll do the same for lowercase alphabets as well. So we'll write over here style, then we'll mention the font size, which is going to be 50 pixels again. Then we have ampersand. For small a, we have 97. So for small letter, or we can say lowercase alphabets, the codes start from 97. So we'll write over here ampersand hash 97 for A. Save it now, and here you can see we have lowercase a. Copy it, we'll paste it for a few times, and we'll change the values over here. Then we have 100, we have 101, 102, 103 and 104. Fine. Save it now, and here you can see it says A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So these are the codes we use, or we can say these are the characters or entities we use for different characters present in HTML. Similarly, we will do this same task for some symbols as well. So we'll write over here font size. Font size is going to be 50 pixels, and then we have ampersand. For symbols, we have almost 10,000 characters, so we can use any of them. So let's say we are writing over here hash 8704. Fine. We'll use some of them. So save it for once. And here you can see we have this for all symbol present over here. We'll paste it for a few more times, and we need to copy it first. Fine. So we'll paste it for a few more times. We'll change the values over here to 5, 6, 7 and 8. Save it now, and here you can see we have different symbols present over here. So guys, this is how we can use several characters in HTML with the help of entities. I hope you guys must have got an idea about the concept of character sets in HTML by now. So that's all for this video guys. See you in another session. If you enjoyed watching this video, then do give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, do let us know in the comments. Please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe SimpliCode. Thank you.